Look who is back! Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another Robby video! Well, you clicked on the video, so you must be interested to what I have to say. Anyway, yes, I am back in town, and ready to get the steam train rolling again. Now, obviously, you've seen the title, you've seen the thumbnail, you know what I'm going to talk about. And to be honest, I haven't really been talking a lot about Cobra Kai lately, because if I have to be honest, I'm a little Cobra Kai'd out. I needed a bit of a break. You know, I love Cobra Kai more than anything, but, you know, I think a good break allows me time to reset from it and then go back into it with fresh eyes. And, you know, it's not really my intention to cover every minutia of detail. Like, you know, there could be a situation where William Zabka stubbed his toe on the set of filming, and it's like, I don't need to do a video on that or whatever. Like, that's just not me. But that aside, I am back, and expect a slew of videos ahead. I got one on Tory, I got one on Miguel, and the one on Miguel I'm really looking forward to, because, you know, I think what I've done for Robby the past couple of years, and I'm gonna blow my own, you know, I'm gonna toot my own horn here. My intention with doing the Robby videos was never meant to disregard Miguel's story arc or trash on it in any way. But I feel like we are in this extreme where you have to like Robby or Miguel, and that's not the case at all. You can like both, and that's what I've been saying since day one, is I like Miguel as equally, if not more than Robby. It's just I feel like Robby's story is a bit more relatable to me. And I think, you know, with the way Season 4 panned out and the finale and Robby coming home in that beautiful moment where he's like, Dad, you know, I'm sick of blaming you. And it's just, it's incredible. It's crying. It's amazing. You know, it was never my intention for everyone to now like Robby and start hating Miguel. That's not what my intention was. So I think what I've been doing for Robby over the last year, maybe the new phrase will be, another Miguel video. Maybe. Screw it. But anyway, to the subject matter at hand. Robby rejoins Miyagi-Do. Now, let me give you a bit of context as to how it could lead to this. I am a big advocate, and I mean a big advocate for, as much as I love Eagle Fang, and as much as I think it's cool, I think Eagle Fang should take a back seat. I think Eagle Fang should literally be put on the back burner. And here's why. This whole show, since Season 1, has been about grey. Grey this, grey that, moral this, you know, not everything's black and white, there's a lot of grey. But I think, even though we are still in a grey territory, I think the level of villain that has now been introduced in Terry Silver, and he's still quite grey as well, I think we need to go back to the formula. Yes, Norman Osborn, you know, back to formula. You know, we need to go back to that. I want to go back to the black and white days of the old school Karate Kid, where Cobra Kai were the bad guys and Miyagi-Do was the good guys. Now, obviously, it's never going to be 100% that way because of the way the show's been designed, but I would really like the show to go back to its roots. No pun intended to bonsai trees. But I think the way the story is going to progress is in Season 5, you're going to see Johnny bond with Robby and Miguel, and he's going to be there for both of his sons. Something Johnny has been struggling to deal with since the beginning of the show is finding the balance of Robby and Miguel. And I've said it 1,000 times. The love triangle in this show, it's not Robby and Sam and Miguel and Tory and Miguel and Sam and Robby and Tory and Hawk and Moon. You know, that's not the love triangle. The love triangle is Robby, Miguel, and Johnny. That's the whole crux of this show. You can go right back to the first couple of episodes in Season 1. It kickstarts everything. Everything goes back to these three characters. And now it's finally coming to a head. Now, I'm going to factor Daniel into the mix here. Because one thing this show's done so well is, even though it was telling the perspective of Johnny, this story still carries on the legacy of the Karate Kid. And it doesn't disrespect Daniel in any way. And I think the way Miguel has taken to Daniel's teachings and Miyagi-Do, we are just getting started with Miguel's Miyagi-Do journey. And I think he fits Miyagi-Do so much. And then on the flip side of that, Robby fits Miyagi-Do so much. In the first 2 seasons, I absolutely loved Robby and Miyagi-Do. It was just Tommy Oliver vibes. You know, it's the badass anti-hero good guy that has that dark side edge to him, that's fighting for the good guys. That's sick. It's always a win. And I think now that he's seen that Cobra Kai is not the way, you know, it's not the way, Robby will be more inclined to go home. And I think even though he's now home in the sense with Johnny, he's made peace with his father. I think Robby and Daniel's, you know, student-sensei bond is something that I think I speak for many people when I say it's one of the most underrated aspects of the first few seasons. I think back to the season 2 opener when, you know, that song is playing as Robby and Daniel are cleaning the cars and they're fixing Miyagi-Do up. You know, I've said it a million times. Sam and Anthony may be Daniel's kids, but Robby is the one that got Daniel back into it all. He is living vicariously through Robby's experiences and being reminded of everything that he was. And I did say this before Season 4, that Robby's arc this season, in Season 4, was literally Daniel's arc from Karate Kid 3, but extended. And it further is reaffirmed when Daniel has that conversation with him in, you know, the little corner shop. He has that conversation by saying, you're going to have some innocent kid's blood all over your hands. And what happens in the Season 4 finale, All Valley? Boots Kenny right in the face, his own student. You know, and it's almost like Daniel sucker punched a random guy at a nightclub. Robby literally booted someone in the face that was his apprentice, almost like a little brother. You know, that's even worse, arguably even worse. And one of the videos that I did a while back, talking about Robby's endgame and how Chozen is linked to it, is what has Robby done? The most disgusting act that Robby has done. He's nearly killed Miguel. Like, as much as I love him, he nearly killed someone. And that is where Robby now needs to make up for that specifically. So that will be a big reason why I think he goes to Mexico. Johnny won't take Robby with him because he's like, hey, no, it's dangerous. I don't want you coming with me. And Robby will say, hey, I owe Miguel one. I nearly killed the guy. I owe him one. And I need to start making up for the things I've done wrong. Because if you remember what he says, I had all this hate inside of me, not just for you, but for Miguel as well. And there's that moment in the house party when they both look at each other. They both share an exchange. And it's just there. It's right there. And I just feel like Johnny is only just beginning his Miyagi-Do, you know, experience as well. And with Chozen now coming in, Chozen can benefit every single person. He can show Terry Silver and Kreese that Miyagi-Do isn't all defense, and Silver will be like, whoa, Danny boy, this is badass, why didn't you do this before? Johnny will see Chozen's form of Miyagi-Do and probably take to it more, so will Sam. But then Anthony and Miguel and Robby will take to more of the classic Miyagi-Do. And then Tory will also benefit from the Miyagi-Do experience as well, with Chozen being in the fold, and Tory going through her family problems, and now the potential bond that Sam and Tory could have. Like, we're in a good position. And I really feel like, just imagine this, and I'm going to keep bringing it up, but just imagine this. Season 3's ending shot. I've been waiting for this moment for all my life, blah, 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 all that stuff. And you've got Miguel walking in, followed by Hawk, followed by Johnny. Imagine that scene, Mark II. And in this situation, you have Daniel, Johnny, and Chozen, right? And in front of them, you have Eli, you have Sam, you have Tory. And then what happens is, you have Miguel walk in, you have Robby walk in, Kenny and Sean, I'll do a video explaining why I think they'll be joining too. You have all those guys walk in, and that is your army, right there. That's your army. It is your army of all these kids coming together. Now, the reason I think Sean and Kenny can join is because of the nuance that they gave Sean's character in Season 4. I'll explain more about that in another situation, but just sticking with the subject matter at hand, I think Robby's, you know, journey in Miyagi-Do helped him so much, and he was on the right path. He just needed to get that final burst of anger out of him for Johnny, and that culminated in the school fight. And now that's done, and now he's finally embraced the Cobra Kai within him. Now he can finally begin his true path to redemption. And, you know, I've seen people say, oh, I'm so surprised that Robby came home. Oh my god, I'm shocked. I've been saying it for an entire year. And I don't mean to brag, but if you understand storytelling, it's right there. It's there. It's not like they just pull it out of their asses and Robby's home. It's like, no, it's been there since day one. And the minute Robby and Johnny finally embrace at the end of Season 4, to me, there's no doubt in my mind. It's not, okay, Robby's still in Cobra Kai. No, he's done. He's home. That's it. We don't need to do any more wishy-washy, will he, won't he. No, he's home now. And I think Johnny and Robby, together, will go to Miyagi-Do. I think it's time. Again, as much as I love Eagle Fang, you know, there's going to be a power vacuum there. Like, Johnny's going to be out of the valley. So who's going to run Eagle Fang? In my opinion, I say no one. I say all the fighters from Eagle Fang that actually matter, i.e. Devon, no disrespect to Bert and Mitch, but just bring them all over to Miyagi-Do. There's more space there now anyway. And have one big team on Miyagi-Do, because that has been the problem all season. The reason Johnny and Daniel lost is because they weren't on the same page. Being in the same dojo, they can do that now. And I think Johnny and Daniel are in a much better position to work together than they were otherwise. And I think that is now possible for Johnny to even be in Miyagi-Do forever. Like, I mean, not forever, but maybe just, you know, for the season, or maybe for the end game level threat. And I think there's just a part of me that thinks Robby's journey in Miyagi-Do is not finished. Even when he was in Cobra Kai, Daniel giving him the lessons of, you know, never put passion in front of principle, he's still a Miyagi-Do student. It's just, he's wearing a Cobra Kai gi. And I think what makes it even more likely is the bow between him and Eli. And I think that will be another connection that we don't expect to see coming. Where now everyone's expecting Miguel and Robby to be on the same page. What about Robby and Hawk? I'm just putting it out there. Both of them have understood each other's perspectives better than anyone else. So that's the reason they were paired in the final. And please, can we give my boy Robby a win in something? You know, he's lost 2 All Valley finals. Like, come on. Now, obviously, I could go much longer with this video. I might do a Chosen live talking about it specifically and going more in depth. Because there's a lot I have to say and that I want to say. But this is like the Cliff Notes version. This is just like my scattered thoughts on Robby's character and where I think he can go from here. But guys and girls, you know the drill. Jump in the comment section down below. We're back on our way to 7K, and, you know, expect videos and stuff to start popping up as the days go by. As of recording this, I've seen Fantastic Beasts 3, so I might do a Chosen live talking about that. But guys and girls, I'll see you in the comment section down below, and we're back in business.